Let the vengeance begin!
Howdy, howdy, still here, and welcome to the fourth match in round one of our AI tournament, where we had subscribers submit teams or factions that they were going to have at a tournament where two AIs would go after each other and we would watch the results. Now, so far in the first round, Black Irons, Battlers are through, the Greenskins. We have Lavras Angren through with the Dwarfs. We have Jurassic Park Simulator through with the Lizard Bid, which is still my favorite name so far. And in this match, we're going to see the High Cannon Fodders of Hoeth, the High Elves, which I was assured because he could not pick the Dwarfs, he was happy to pick the High Elves, because if they win, hooray. If they lose, he gets to watch Elves get destroyed. And also we have Iceberg's Bloody Hands, another Greenskin faction. So, with that said, let's get started. And away we go. So for the High Elf army, we do have 3 units of Spearmen with a couple chevrons that make that 4. We also have 2 units of Phoenix Guard, very elite infantry in the back for anti-large, and 2 units of Swordmasters of Hoeth for elite infantry, and 3 units of archers out front, each with a chevron. For leadership, just have a prince, and he has 1 ability. Let's see if I can get it on there. Where is that? Prince, and he has the Blade of Bel Cordadrus, 26 melee attack and 26 armor piercing, and we have 2 Lord Masters of Hoeth, which are exactly the same. They both have Wissen's Wild Form, plus 30 armor, plus 25% weapon damage, and Harmonic Convergence, which is very good, plus 26 melee attack and plus 27 melee defense, and they both have Evasion for that plus 5 melee defense. They're actually really good stats, 57 melee attack and 60 melee defense, so they're actually quite tanky, and they, with the ability to buff up Phoenix Guard and Swordmaster of Hoeth, they can make these guys absolute monsters. Now, for the Bloody Hands, we do have a couple of units of Orc Boys in the front with a couple of chevrons. We do have the Crimson Killers, the Black Orcs. They're the only Black Orc unit in this. We have some Savage Orc Boar Boys. We have 2 units of those, 1 on this side, 1 on this side. We have 2 Orc Boar Chariots. We have the Arachnarok Queen right out front, who can summon those Spiderlings. And we have 1 unit of Night Goblins and 2 units of regular Goblins, which are chevroned up a little bit. And for the leadership, he has Orc War Boss, who just has the Potion of Strength, 40% armor piercing and 40% weapon damage, and the Opal Amulet for 22% damage resistance. He does have an Orc Shaman, and that Orc Shaman has the Foot of Gork for massive magical damage, the Power of Dwa, improved power recharge rate, and he has 2 Night Goblin Shamans, and both of them are the same. They just have the Wand of Jet for the augment to the Winds of Magic to get more magic for that Foot of Gork. So we will get things going here and watch the armies get ready to engage. Yeah, those Phoenix Guard look pretty awesome. Their models are pretty amazing. They're going to start taking shots right away with these archers. They got very good range at 180, shooting out to these Savage Orc Boar Boys, which is a good target. They shooting the Chariot or the Arachnarok Queen. It looks like they're shooting against the Queen. Oh! That Foot of Gork! Oh no! Here come the chariots to run over the bodies! And the spider! They're all coming here to kick the crap out of these Phoenix Guard! Oh my god! I'm gonna keep commentating. The Wa is going on. Everyone has that plus 26 melee attack, and these Phoenix Guard have been Foot of Gork to death. The main engagement is going on. Looks like the Orc War Boss is not in the right neighborhood. He is fighting against the Prince, who does have plus 26 melee attack, and against the Lore Master of Hoeth. They do have the Arachnarok Queen right in here. The archers are all shooting on the targets of choice. It looks like these guys just need to pull out a little bit. These chariots, if they come in, it's going to be absolutely devastating. I don't know if they're going to come in from this side, but they are definitely putting a beating on that Orc War Boss really, really hard. And Greenskin leadership is really... Oh, here we go again! Oh my god! The Foot of Gork! Holy crap! That literally decimated 3 units. The Orc War Boss is routing when running, but this is over. Swordmasters of Hoeth gone. Spearman gone. Phoenix Guard gone. Yes, this Prince is going to fight, and the Lordmaster of Hoeth is going to fight, but it looks like the Orc Warboss is definitely coming back. The Spearmen and Swordmasters of Hoeth are trying to fight against the Crimson Killers. These archers are going to try and run away. These guys are running, but there's no way they're going to outrun Spider Hatchlings, and we've got the Savage Orc Boar Boys, which are going to be able to run them down. And it looks like, yeah, these archers look fine unless, okay, well, these guys are turning around. Maybe these Boar Boy chariots are going to get in there. Everything in the front line is utterly collapsing. These Lordmasters Hoeth are fighting, and same with the Prince, but this is just, that Foot of Gork is absolutely crushing a devastating, 2 devastating Foot of Gorks, and here comes a chariot on top of the archers. This is all there is to it. There's no way they're going to be able to survive that, and away we go. So, oh my god. I wonder if it'll show in his kills, and it does. 80 kills for this Orc Shaman. Wow, that Foot of Gork was crushing. It absolutely devastated these 2 Phoenix Guards. 0 kills for this one and 6. And Phoenix Guard are very high tier. I think they're 1,400 apiece. Extremely expensive infantry. The Swordmaster of Hoeth did not too bad. Looks like 57. Probably these are the ones we're fighting the Crimson Killers. And 43. These are probably the other ones that got Foot of Gorked. 28, 1, 2, and 5 with the Spearmen. Not too bad. 13, 8, and 12 with the Archers. They were doing good. They were getting their shots in. The Prince and Loremasters of Hoeth did excellent. And they just took the Orc Warboss to Pound Town and got rid of him very quickly, but you know, that Foot of Gork was absolutely crushing. Like, if these Phoenix Guard get in on this Arachnarok Queen, the Arachnarok Queen is done. The Phoenix Guard fight with the chariots or the Savage Orc Boar Boys, not so much, but I mean, they are anti-large. I mean, they're going to do great, but that Foot of Gork with the 2 Night Goblin Shaman as a power recharge was absolutely crushing. Yeah, and the Goblins got 5 and 10 kills. The Orc Boys, they got 35, 12, and 9. The Warlords Boys, 8 Peak Loonies, 41. The Crimson Killers, 71, which is what you'd expect. Really good for numbers for these Savage Orc Boar Boys, 98, 43. And quite good for the Orc Boy Chariot, 63 and 11. And the Arachnarok Queen got 21, but that Queen, I think, was fighting with these Loremasters of Hoeth for most of the fight. Alright, I don't know. That Foot of Gork is pretty devastating. I don't know how this is going to go. Well, let's get into Game 2 and see how things turn out. And off we go. I will not introduce the armies because I have already introduced them once. The armies start very close together. The archers are already firing. And I do reminder that I always change sides of who the attacker and the defender is to make sure the AI is evenly split up. And I'm going to be looking for that big Foot of Gork again because that was so crushing last time. They brought it onto the Phoenix Guard. There they are, the 2 Phoenix Guards. So I'd expect to see it over here if it follows the same pattern. These Savage Orc Boar Boys are looking to get into the side. There's no way they'll be able to do that. And looks like we got a few spells going off. These archers are going to get into the back, and now the Alliance are starting to engage. Yeah, these Orc Boar Chariots are going to get absolutely crushed. They've already let the wall off, maybe a little bit early because not everything's engaged just yet. I'm looking for that Foot of Gork. Yeah, maybe it's taking a little bit to get the Winds of Magic up. Everyone else is engaged, and the Spiders in the front, the Arachnarok Queen fighting against Swordmaster Hoeth. That is a good target for her. These Phoenix Guard are fighting against the Crimson Killer. Not the best target there. It looks like 2 of these 3 archers cannot shoot. They have the red arrow in front of them. But yeah, these. Oh, here we go. Foot of Gork, crushed. Wow, that just obliterated those archers, which they weren't firing anyway. So maybe that wasn't so bad. These Phoenix Guard are doing much better this time, fighting against the Orc Boar Chariots and the Savage Orc Boar Boys. These guys are firing, and now these archers are firing, and we've got the Swordmasters of Hoeth in the middle. Yeah, they're fighting the Arachnarok Queen, but they're also beating on some Orc Boys along with the Spearmen, and these Spearmen down in the middle. These guys are doing extremely good this go around. We're seeing we're seeing these Orc Boar Chariots getting ready to rout over here, And we are seeing a goblins getting ready to rout right in the middle. These Lore Master of Hoeth are doing all right. And we still have 2 units. They still have 2 units online. These Savage Orc Boar Boys are now starting to rout. And it looks like the High Elves are just are dug in and they're fighting hard right down the middle. Yep, these Crimson Killers are doing pretty good though. That's not where those Lore Master, or so not where the Phoenix Guard want to be, but they don't really have a choice. But they're doing pretty decently in here. Oh, and here we go, another foot of Gork. Oh my God. That is so crushing, but not nearly as devastating as the first battle. We still have these archers that are firing, these archers that are firing. We have the Ragnarok Queen over here who's fighting a Spearman, which isn't the best for her. 2 units of Spearman and a unit Swordmaster of Hoeth on this side. These Phoenix Guards are holding out just fine. We do have some Spearmen up against Savage Orc Boar Boys. That'll be okay for them. The Prince is doing just fine. He is beating on this Orc War Boss again in this fight, and he's beating down the Night Goblin Shamans. And where is... Okay, so we do have... One of these Lord Masters of Hoeth is gone. It looks like that's just Spearmen. So this Arachnarok Queen is gone into Spearmen, so that's actually good for the Spearmen. These guys are just holding. If they could get rid of this leadership, they got the wall going off again. That is not good news for the High Elves. But if they can get rid of this leadership, this Orc War Boss is getting very low, along with the Light Goblin Shamans. Both of them are very low. If they can get them down, they're going to do very, very well. Oh, but it looks like the Spearmen are routing. Another Swordmasters of the Hoeth are routing. The Prince is routing as well. They have enough health. I don't know why they're routing. Maybe they just gotten a little bit beat on. But yeah, the Orc War Boss is very, very low. It looks like all the units are routing, and boom! It even killed the 8-peak loonies. They don't care. Wow. Well, the High Elves did much better in this round, but it looks like they're going to be routed off. 3 foot of Gorks in that fight. 3 foot of Gorks. They weren't nearly as devastating. I will say, yeah, the Orc Shaman got 108 kills instead of 80 this time. But you can see the Phoenix Guard got 49 and 36 instead of 0. Swordmaster of the Hoeth 59 to 77. The Archers, one of them got wiped out by a foot of Gork, but the Spearmen 12, 12, 33 and 18, 34, 36 and 20 with the leadership. So the High Elves did much, much better in this round. You could see the leadership for the Orcs got very, very beat up, but that foot of Gork, oh my God. This game, it wasn't so bad. That first game, it was absolutely crushing. And, both interesting armies. And this one, only one Black Orc, and that's a Regiment of Renown with the Crimson Killers, which I wouldn't expect. But, anyways, great fight. Great use of the Foot of Gork. Interesting idea to regenerate and charge that power in there. And, looks like we have 2 Greenskins that are going to get into the semifinals, the second round. We have Black Iron's Battlers and we have the Bloody Hands. And Black Iron's Battlers are going to go up against the Dwarfs, and these Bloody Hands are going to go up against Jurassic Park Simulator. So should be really fun, a really fun semifinal. I'll try and put those together as soon as possible, and we can keep this AI tournament going. With that said, I will see you soon.